This is Engadget. Here's what's happening in the world of technology. Today is July 6th. Meta is taking legal action against two prolific data scrapers. On Tuesday, the company filed separate federal lawsuits against the company called Octopus and an individual named Ekram Atej. According to Meta, the former is the U.S. subsidiary of a Chinese multinational tech firm that offers data scraping for hire services to individuals and companies. Octopus also sells software people can use to carry out their own data collection campaigns. According to Meta, this program first compromises the Facebook and Instagram accounts of the user by providing their authentication information to Octopus before proceeding to scrape all the data accessible to that individual's accounts. The software can then obtain phone numbers, dates of birth, and other personal information about every Facebook and Instagram friend connected to a particular Octopus customer. Meta alleges Octopus violated its terms of service and the Digital Millennium Copyright Act by offering an automated scraping service and attempting to avoid detection by the company. Companies like Octopus are part of an emerging scraping industry that provides automation services to any customer, regardless of who they target and for what purpose they scrape, Meta said. This industry makes scraping available to individuals and companies that otherwise would not have the capabilities. As for Ekram Atej, the individual Meta sued, the company says he used automated Instagram accounts to collect information on more than 350,000 Instagram users and later published that data on a series of clone sites where one could view the data of those individuals without their consent. Since the start of 2021, Meta says it has taken multiple enforcement actions against Atej, including sending him a cease and desist letter and revoking his access to its services. This isn't the first time Meta has used legal action to try and stop data scraping. In 2020, for instance, the company sued a Turkish national who scraped more than 100,000 Instagram profiles. And after more than a year of rising tensions over the country's sweeping 2021 IT law, Twitter is suing India's government. The New York Times reports the company filed a complaint on Tuesday with the Karnataka High Court in Bangalore to challenge a recent order to censor content within the country. According to Twitter, it had until Monday to block about a dozen accounts and posts or face possible criminal action. While the company complied with the order, it's now also seeking legal relief. Twitter declined to comment. The challenge comes after the company reportedly told the Indian government last summer it was compliant with the country's IT rules. As part of the law, Twitter was required to hire a domestic compliance officer and a point of contact for local authorities. Before that point, Twitter's relationship with India had been strained for much of 2021. In February, the government threatened to jail Twitter employees unless the company removed content related to the farmer protests held that year. 2 months later, India ordered Twitter to pull tweets that criticized the country's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. More recently, the government ordered Twitter to block tweets from Freedom House, a nonprofit organization that said India was an example of a country where freedom of the press is on the decline. Freedom House is concerned that the Indian government ordered Twitter to restrict our tweets last year, the group said. We think that both governments and tech companies should uphold free expression, privacy, and other fundamental freedoms. If you want to catch the latest tech news as it's happening, check out Engadget.com or tune in again every weekday.
SpokenLayer.